Hey everybody, this is Robert and it's Friday afternoon of week 2, and I'm making this unusual video because I had a little bit of time and I was able to read through in a real hurry your draft step 1 responses. Now I realize you haven't yet gotten any feedback from your peers, but a few of you got quick notes back from me as emails. But what I wanted to do real briefly was to send you all just this one quick video of a couple of things that I noticed that that you may want to pay attention to. All right, so here we go. Just as a stylistic matter, I am not a fan of paragraphs that go for an entire page. I think most people aren't. They're difficult to read, and sometimes that's because they have too many ideas in them. So just pay attention to that. There are a number of you who, and I get why you would do it, but a number of you, particularly in the answer to the very first question, wrote page-long paragraphs. And so you might want to think about that as you revise between now and Sunday night. The second thing is was a common finding for me. The first question asked you to describe the coaching processes in place at your school. And for most of you, what you described was the evaluation process at your school. That's okay. A good teacher evaluation has an element of coaching in it. All right? And those of you that described that, in some cases, didn't call it the evaluation process. And so what I'm here to tell you is, label it the evaluation process. If it's the formal evaluation process that's spelled out in your contract, please label it as such. Explain the evaluation process, explain what coaching is built into it, which is typically, there's typically a pre-observation and a post-observation conference. So those things are very similar to what you're going to do. So again, do that. But the other thing I noticed was that a lot of you said, that's it. We don't have anything else. And so I want to push you a little bit because I think you probably do have something else. We have a couple of candidates in this class whose schools have pretty robust coaching environments, and they talked about things like coaching in the context of a PLC, where people observed each other. Okay, lesson study has a coaching context in it, where you work together on the lesson, you observe it, and then you share it back, and the teacher reflects on it and refines it. That's very much a coaching cycle. Many of you work in schools where there are reading coaches who specifically provide support for teaching reading. That's a form of coaching. Remember, if they're watching someone teach and then providing assistance based on what they saw, I want you to think of that as a form of coaching. All right, even though it may not have the pre-observation, observation, that whole sequence. Okay. Another form of coaching that I saw a lot starting to grow was math coaching, because as you know, we're just having a terrible time in California teaching math successfully, particularly in the high school levels. So there may be math coaches out there. Also, how about TOSAs, Teachers on Special Assignment? Are they providing coaching support in classrooms? Again, think about that. All right. And so as you look to revise your step 1, everyone's doing the stuff that I would expect to see, and so I was really happy with that. But a lot of you were a little short, I felt, on that response to question number 1. So you may just want to think that through. Otherwise, good job. You all got step 1 done in draft form. You're clearly moving on and getting it done, and just know that I'm proud of that. I know how hard it is. Especially now during these unusual times. So I'm going to stop talking right now. I hope that you will watch this video, and I hope that it informs your thinking as you revise this weekend. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye, y'all.